Okay, to get the ceremony started, we're going to open with a pledge of allegiance. The flag is to my left. So everybody ready? Yep. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Now I'm going to turn it over to Mayor Endicott, and we're going to start the program and go from there.
Good morning, everybody. Boy, I just love this crowd. We were just talking a few minutes ago about our goal was to have the largest coffee clatter in the history of the chamber, and we were speculating that we actually might have achieved that. So, thank you. And if you look around, the people that are here today, you know, we have all facets of our society, which is absolutely fantastic. You know, we have representatives from public safety, both county and city. We have folks that have come up. A friend of mine, the mayor of Lapine, Ken Molinex, is here. We have folks that were here last night, came all the way from Burns. We have our Parks and Rec District folks here, our Public Works guys, which have one of my honorary hats, and they've been instrumental in getting this all set up, by the way, so they deserve a hand. Thank you, guys. And of course, what we're really here today is to honor the work of three mothers from 3 years ago, almost to the day. Sure. I'll try and get a little closer. How's this? All right, thanks. What we're really here today is to honor three mothers, as far as I'm concerned at least, and of course the residual that came out of that. Approximately 3 years ago, almost to the day, three women came to the city council and said our park facility is inadequate and we need to fix that. And so we took that on board, and of course there's a big long litany that goes along with that. But what we're going to be doing today is look at the investment that's been made by the community, and of course you can see behind me the plans. Before I forget, I also want to mention I actually talked to Senator Johnson this morning. It's her father, that's Sam Johnson, and she actually called me and knew that this was going on today and wanted me to say a few words on her behalf as well. Over here to my right and your left, this property where you see the barn was the last piece of Johnson-owned property, and we just closed this week, so they've donated the last 10 acres. And I've worked with her now for a couple of years to get that accomplished. And for those of you that don't know her, she's just as great as her folks were. So I don't want to go on and on about this, but I think that from my perspective and from the council's perspective, you know, our message is that we listen to our community, and there are several examples of that, but this one being, of course, one of the most noteworthy. So with that having been said, what I'm going to do is ask one of those mothers to come up and speak to you for just a moment. Chelsea?
Hi, good morning. Sorry, try not to cry. Thank you for all being here for this wonderful event. I'm Chelsea Dickens, and I'm here to speak to you this morning simply as a mom. In February of 2012, my daughter Natalie was 5, and my son Caleb was 2. Though our family frequently enjoyed playing at our city's Central Park, I knew that it was not the community centerpiece that it could be, and that's why I joined 2 other mothers in approaching City Council with our concerns. I'm sure I can speak for the others that we never imagined the positive response from the City Council and our city staff, and then the incredible support from the Redmond Kiwanis. As mothers, we only wanted to create a safe, exciting, and accessible play opportunity for our city's children. What we've learned, and what I truly hope everyone takes away from this, is that community involvement isn't just a catchy buzzword. It is a real and powerful tool to accomplish tremendous good for our children and for our amazing city. I'm not here to brag about the accomplishments of a group of moms. I'm just here to ask you all to never be afraid to get involved with the community you live in, because as you're going to see around you and as our children will grow up learning, amazing things can happen. Thank you.
Wow. You know, I had to follow Dr. Button in a speech last night. Now I have to follow that. Goodness. They're testing me. I want to introduce Gary Ollerenshaw, who is going to speak to you for a few minutes, and then he'll introduce Dr. Button. What I want to say about Gary while he's coming up here is I think you all know that he was just made the Chamber of Commerce Volunteer of the Year. So without further ado, Gary.
You know, I wasn't told the time limit.
Closer to Mike.
2 minutes?
Whatever you want.
First, I'm going to do a commercial. I'm still looking for money.
There we are, yes.
The leadership of Redmond class that's going through right now is going to hold a garage. There's a committee from that class that's holding a garage sale on April 18th at the high school parking lot. So they're handing out some flyers, and it's got a contact name on it to where if you have something you'd like to donate to the garage sale, you're more than welcome to. And then they will also need volunteers and, of course, donations. And 100% of the proceeds will go towards a rock chuck. So, and that's no joke. So if you have anything you want to donate, please contact Jessica, and we'll make it a garage sale that nobody would forget. So now we'll get down to the ceremonies. I'd like to introduce the Kiwanis International President, Dr. John Button from Ontario, Canada. Dr. Button.
Thank you, Gary, and good morning. Gary, to see you out here in shirt sleeves makes me think you must have some Canadian blood in you. Good morning. It's great to be here. It's great to share with you in this momentum event for the community of Redmond. I want to salute and thank you for the success of your partnership started with the mums 3 years ago. What an amazing accomplishment. And it shows what a partnership of service clubs, i.e. our service club, citizens, business, and municipal leaders can really accomplish. It's an amazing feat. You know, when Kiwanis first started in 1915, this is not what it was all about. What it was all about in 1915 was doing business amongst each other and making money. But they soon found out that there was something more to being a part of a community than living there, eating there, and working there. In order to be part of a community, you really had to give back. And there's no better example of that in my mind than what I'm seeing here this morning. And what this really is a model of how things can work, not just in North America, but around the world. And finally, what I want to say is I want to thank you. Thank you to the partnership for giving the gift of play to the citizens of Redmond. All the citizens of Redmond. Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Gary, do we have some children that are going to help? What we're going to do is calling up some of our citizens that are going to be able to take full advantage of this facility, and they're going to hand the check that represents the money that was raised through donations to Dr. Button.
Before we present the check to Dr. Button, I want to explain the dollar amount, $373,000. I want to explain the dollar amount on the check, $373,000 and change, we'll say. That is from the community. That is not city money. That is not grant money. That is from all of you and outside Redmond. We had donations from Bend, the Dalles, Prineville, and Redmond, Washington. So this went outside the city to make the magic number. You had grants on that, and you had the city's budgeted amount on that, and we exceed, I heard last night, 780,000? Oh, 705,000. So, children, please present the check to Dr. Button.
$100 for every man, woman, and child.
Gary.
Now, I heard Gary say $780,000. That tells me he's not done yet. There you go.
Thank you, sir. What he's referring to,
George.
what Dr. John's referring to is last night at another function that we had, there was a chart that was put up that showed, you know, the bar with the money that had been raised. And the problem was there was a phase 2 on there that did not have an upper limit. So look out for Gary, he's coming after you. So I think now, Heather, we're going to do the shovel business.
So if we can get counselors and Kiwanis International and Kiwanis up here. Kids, you come with me, okay?
I saw
When
3
George gets in
over
that
there.
backhoe, get everybody get out of the way.
No wonder they've got such a long
Yeah.
pile of soil.
That hard hat's warm and everything.
Perfect, perfect.
This is what we're doing. And looking this way. Okay, I'm modeling for you. I did not. I need to get all the community around like this, and you take your shot.
I think for a photo op, if we can get a bunch of folks around the back.
I didn't hear his backup beat, did you? There you go. Can we get some folks to come around behind? We want a big backdrop for a photo op here.
All of you! Come on!
All behind, please.
Try not to trip over your tripod.
You're going to be on the wrong side.
That's right. Keep the Mercedes. Hey, Dave. Hi, how are you? Anyway, you might know. So are you still migrant@q.com?
We'd like even.
There you go. I like it.
Can you go do that?
Vicky, we're gonna bring them. It's right there in front. Gary, yeah, Gary. You need to be in there.
Ready?
All right.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, all you guys in the back, one more time, you gotta raise your hands. There you go, keep them up. Keep them up. There you go. Thank you.
I gotta go get gas later this morning.
All right. Come over here, guys. One more, we're gonna get some
Very sure.
All right, everybody, grab a shovelful. It's right there. It's right there.
Thank you.
Stand back.